Like homes in the English capital, this one sits on a small footprint. But unlike London houses which go up 3 stories, this plot solves the problem of space by splitting and playing with levels. A particular talent of designers Rowan, Leal and Leighton, Clapton.
Wow. Rowan, Leighton, this is such a unique space. For this house, I heard you had a little bit of retail therapy inspiration.
That's true, because the client actually came through and said to us they wanted a bit of a bohemian, funky, fresh look and a fresh approach to the house. And it did start off in a retail store.
You know, when I was in London, I'd seen the Paul Smith store in Notting Hill and asked her to visit it. She loved the idea, and that's where we got our inspiration from. You know, the sort of neutral background with these bright colours juxtapositioning the whole space.
And how did you manage to balance the need for a modern aesthetic space and still make it fun and quirky?
We took a lot of traditional furniture items and upholstered them in quite fun fabrics, patterns and a couple of bright colours here and there.
Yeah, it was the textures themselves and the patterns. We haven't used them in a long time, but here we could go wild. It was that kind of wild card element that I think has brought this house together.
I thought that this was a sort of metallic tile, but I see that it's not.
It's actually a foiled wallpaper. We've used that, which is an antique mirror, on this and all the other pillars throughout the house.
And we thought we'll use that to highlight the different pillars but not draw too much attention to them as such.
We've used a lot of different wallpapers in this home. In the bathroom we've got the little Cape Dutch houses, and on the walls we've got the Delft birds.
I've also spotted a very unique looking table and some magnificent chairs.
Don't you think they're lovely? We've actually utilised a vinyl and a satin in the same sort of colour to create a different sort of look.
The table was custom made for us. It looked like sort of shards of crystal, but in the black wooden veneers and the glass top. It sort of created the inspiration for the rest of the dining room.
That armchair looks very cozy.
Yes, well, there we took inspiration from sort of an antique wingback, but have used this chocolate gold vinyl to give it sort of a quirky feel.
We took a real conservative chair and we've taken a contemporary fabric and upholstered it to keep it within the theme of the home.
Roxy, let me show you upstairs.
Oh, yes, please. Definitely as comfortable as it looks, that's for sure.
But there's plenty more upstairs. Come on up.
Along with paint and wallpapers, rugs are one of the ways to unify and anchor a look, especially in a transitional area like this.
Roxy, up here we've got the pyjama lounge. As you can see, this room connects all the 3 bedrooms.
Very, very beautiful. I must say, I definitely get the London High Street feel up here.
Yeah, we took a lot of inspiration from the sort of London of the 60s, the Union Jack carpet, the Beatles paintings. We've used this bright pillar box red with a black. Give it a lovely, comfortable space where our clients seem to relax the most.
And in addition to what Rowan said with the furniture, we brought in the bohemian-styled wallpaper to offset the modern carpentry.
I'm loving Mr. Porcelain Piggy over there.
Oh yeah, we've been collecting a lot of this stuff over time. The Murano glass, and the different elements. It's all quirky stuff that she loves.
You have to be bold and prepared to experiment to create a main bedroom like this, with its alternative shapes and finishes.
What a lush and luxe looking bedroom.
I know, this is a wonderful space. Now you can see here how we've managed to contain the colours throughout the house. So here we've used the chocolate brown, the gold and the whites, and only those colours. That's allowed us to really be dramatic and play around a lot with all these different wallpapers.
And as Rowan was saying, the utilisation of different tones and colours, like we've done here, we've actually used 2 different types of wallpaper on the same wall, something that we don't usually do or don't usually use in the same application. We've been able to successfully pull it off, looking through to the room next door in the pyjama lounge, as well as this room, because they're relatively in the same tones and colours.
So you broke an interior design rule there.
Exactly. And another place where we broke a rule was on the bed and the integrated headboard. We've taken an ottoman, which is traditionally something that will be separate from a bed base. We've integrated with the whole bed base and the deep button ottoman right at the end of the bed as one complete unit.
This bed is absolutely gorgeous and it's positioned perfectly to take full advantage of this glorious view.
Well, that's primary in here. I mean, the view was what we were trying to capture the most. It's a large open plan space, but view was what we centrally focused on in the design.
Though the interiors are quite a sight themselves. The high gloss doors of the dressing room create the illusion of even more space, leading into a luxurious bathroom which also benefits from the view. Why you'd ever want to get out of the bath is anyone's guess, but there is always more to see.
Another spectacular room. This house is so incredibly tasteful. But before we go any further, I want to find out from you, how did you get into interior design?
I've always had a passion for interiors and design, and throughout my sort of career I've done everything from marketing to creative design work. I think from doing my own homes and having a passion for it, I sort of broadened the horizons to want to go to clients' homes and friends' homes, and that's where I land up today.
For me, I've been doing it for about the last 20 years or so. I started in retail and with a furniture shop, and then moved more just into exclusively doing interior decor, with a passion for furniture and fabrics more than anything.
To the couple who live here, friends are family, and the outdoor entertainment area is as colourful and welcoming as a cocktail. Shaded by the pergola in summer, warmed by the winter sun and outdoor fire in the cooler months, it's a year-round happy place.
I think that if Paul Smith had a boma and he lived in South Africa, this is exactly what it would look like.
Yes, I think with these bright colours out here, it's quite an English take on a traditionally South African boma idea. This is such a fabulous space, given Johannesburg's wonderful climate, to use this pool and this whole decking area. I think Paul would enjoy this space.
Cheers, Jeff.
Cheers.
Completed in June, this is the owner's first summer in their new pad, and what a place to spend it.